want to show you something today that might blow your mind. You may have never heard this before. Everybody knows that Jesus says he is the way, the truth, and the life. But do you know what he was talking about? Well, God told Moses to build a tabernacle. The tabernacle was a process into the presence of God, for man to enter the presence of God. And it looked kind of like this. Now, I didn't draw it to scale, but I do want to just show you. There was an outer court that you had all these things happening out here, and a brazen altar and a wash basin with water. Then you have this door into the holy place. There was the table of showbread and the lampstand and the altar of incense. And then you had the most holy place, or the Holy of Holies. And this is where the Ark of the Covenant and the mercy seat, this is where the presence of God dwelt. The glory of God filled this place. Well, when he said, I am the way, I am the truth, and I am the life, he was talking about this tabernacle. This gate was called the way. This door was called the truth. And this veil, remember this veil that was torn from top to bottom on the cross? This veil is called the life. I am the way, the truth, and the life. And no one comes to the Father except by me.
How do we feel about this one? Let's talk about it. So I think it's pretty cool how they made the connection between Jesus and the tabernacle. And it could very well be what Jesus meant, but I think this particular message comes more from an oral rabbinical tradition than it does from biblical teaching. And don't get me wrong, I don't think this message is trying to lead people astray. I actually really like the practicality of the message, and I can really see how they came to this conclusion, especially if they had oral traditions that called the gate the way, the entrance into the tabernacle the truth, and the entrance into the Holy of Holies the life. I just can't find biblical support for it. I mean, the purpose of the tabernacle was so that God could dwell among the people. And if you think about the layout for the tabernacle before Solomon built the temple, imagine a 150-foot long by about a 75-foot wide structure that had white linen curtains all the way around it, except for the only entrance that always faced east, that was about 30 feet and was purple, blue, and scarlet. So you could make the claim that this was the only way into the presence of God. So you could argue that Jesus meant, I am the way in this regard. But I think a stronger argument would be to say that Jesus claimed to be the gate. And that lends to much stronger biblical support that Jesus was referring to the gate of the tabernacle or the gate of the temple. When Jesus says, I am the door, if anyone enters by me, he will be saved. The word translated as door here in a Greek concordance is pronounced thuda and could also mean the gate. But whether it's door or gate, the bigger picture here is that we're talking about the entrance to something. And again, I don't think this particular message is trying to lead anyone astray, because this is a legitimate oral rabbinical teaching. But like I always say, you got to be real careful with these sort of comparisons, because sometimes they sound amazing, but just remember, it's a slippery slope between the truth and a lie. And just understand clearly while I'm talking about the truth that any change, even the smallest amount of change to the truth, is a lie. Adding something else to the truth is a lie, and subtracting something from the truth is a lie. Now, the truth can be rightly divided and it can be multiplied by more truth, but the truth is the truth. The only thing that changes about the truth is our perceptions and our imagination about the truth. And Jesus Christ claimed to be the truth. And I think he goes much deeper than just saying that he was claiming to be the truth as in the entrance to the tabernacle. Now again, it could very well encompass this, but do you understand the claim that he's making? I got another video about the word truth that I go a little bit deeper into this, so you should check it out when you can. But the Hebrew word truth, or emet, the letters aleph, mem, and tav, are at the beginning, the middle, and the end of the Hebrew alphabet. So when you make a claim to be the truth, you are claiming to be the beginning, the middle, and the end, because truth is consistent. But when you look at the Gematria, or the geometry value of the word truth, because every Hebrew word also has Gematria values, we get the value of 441. And the importance of this here is that we see everything about truth is perfectly square. 21 by 21 is what gets us the 441 value, the perfect square. When you think about a square, you normally think about stability and order and like a strong foundation, like the foundation of a building or a house is usually square. And truth always leads to a perfect square. There's always strength in truth. Even if you take the digits of 441, 4 plus 4 plus 1, and add those numbers together, you get 9, which is also a perfect square. 3 by 3. You could even look at where the letters of truth line up within the alphabet itself. The letter Aleph is the first letter, Mem is the 13th letter, and the Tav is the 22nd letter. And when you add these together, even the ordinate values add up to 36, which is a 6 by 6, which is still a perfect square. The Aleph, or the first letter in truth, when you look at other symbolic meanings, is symbolized as an ox and said to mean God or strength. And even when you fast forward to the Greek, when Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life, the word truth here in the Greek is aletheia, which begins with the Hebrew aleph, or A, the letter alpha in the Greek. Alpha and omega, the beginning and the end. You can see how the pieces start to line up. But what's even more cool is that the Greek alphabet also has number values for letters in a word that we call isopsephism, or the isopsephy values. And when you take the isopsephy values for the Greek word aletheia, or truth, it adds up to 64, which is also a perfect square, 8 by 8. So everything about truth is square. Everything about truth has strength, it has order, it has stability, and everything about truth begins with God. And you can take these analogies and understandings pretty deep. For example, when God, Elohim, said to Moshe, Moses, Eyeh Asher Eyeh, I am who I am, or you could also translate it as I exist because I exist and have always existed. I will be who I will be. I am that I am. The Eyeh, or I am, or I existed, is the Gematria value 5 plus 10 plus 5 plus 1, or Gematria value of 21. So I am who I am, 21 by 21 is 441, which is the truth. But maybe I'm stretching that a little bit, so I'm gonna leave that one alone. But watch the other video I got on truth when you can. My point here is that when Christ claims to be the truth, I think it goes a lot deeper than we can even comprehend. Anyway, I hope that this message helps somebody. Shalom. Hey, what's up, y'all? Thanks for watching my videos. I'd really love for you to become a supporter of my page and to become a subscriber. Your support really does go a long way, and it helps me to continue to create content that reaches people all around the world. So if it's on your heart, please click on the Become a Supporter button. And again, thank you for partnering with me to reach people all around the world. Peace.